March of Dimes supports women who have lost babies and premature babies. And those are two communities that I care about because that's my community. I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I had trouble conceiving. So I went to a fertility specialist and we had to do like IUI to get pregnant. We decided to still go to the ER that night. I was immediately brought up to the labor and delivery unit, the triage unit. The provider came in. She did a vaginal check and realized that my sac was actually exposed and hanging out. Where I live locally in St. Mary's County, they don't have the ability to care for a mother at 21 weeks gestation, especially if the baby is born. They don't have the resources or even the staff. So I was transported to roughly 2 hours away. While I was in ground transportation, my water broke. My son Vincent was born at 21 weeks gestation. He had a beating heart. He lived for a few minutes. We were able to hold him for a little bit. It was just very kind of overwhelming. You don't know kind of how to feel. It's like you get to meet this person in one breath and then he's gone. So we decided that we did want to get pregnant again. So I went back to the fertility specialist, had IUI again. Due to my previous loss, I was a little bit more closely monitored while I was pregnant with Colin. Colin was born at 25 weeks gestation at a small community hospital via emergency C-section. They did not have the equipment or the skill set to manage a baby of such a small size. He was roughly 1.5 pounds. So he was manually bagged for an hour until the flight team from Georgetown could arrive. My husband came and showed me a picture after Colin was born, and my first thought was, my baby isn't going to live. When I first went into the NICU and I see my baby, I kind of zoned or tuned out everything else and just went straight to where he was, and just the thought was kind of like overwhelming to see your baby in this incubator. He's so tiny. He's intubated. He has all of the equipment around him. It's already mentally draining to have your baby in the NICU, to ask for permission to hold your baby and to wonder if he's going to survive or if anything else is going to go wrong while you are away from him. I live 2 hours away from the NICU, and so it would take, 4 hours out of your day to go visit Colin, to come back home. That takes a toll on you mentally, physically, spiritually. It's just emotionally draining. Since Colin's come home, he's been heavily involved in therapy. So we do physical therapy, occupational therapy. We later added speech therapy and feeding therapy. So he's in therapy at least 3-4 times a week, depending on how the schedule goes. I made sure that Colin gets whatever he needs. I don't care what it costs me. And he has thrived. Our life doesn't look like everyone else's, but he's walking with a walker. He can tell me what he wants. He can take my phone out of my back pocket and go to YouTube and play any show that he wants to show. Yes, life can be hard, but that's a blessing. Just watching him grow and reach milestones every day that people didn't think he would be able to make.